So, good evening, everyone. I welcome each one of you to yet another interesting episode of Lessons from Masters brought to you by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund. Through the series of Lessons from Masters, we aim to bring to you finer nuances of topics that have a direct bearing with on your business. And this time we have with us Virendra Ranawat, who will be sharing some actionable points with you on how you can overcome the geographical barrier. This topic gains and assumes greater importance today. Now we have a greater, higher acceptance to doing business remotely. And Virendra is going to share some insights with us on how you can acquire a lot of clients from across the world. Virendra Ranawat, co-founder of My SIP Online, is an MBA and a BTech, and he started his business along with his brother Lokendra in 2015. Sitting in Udaipur, both the brothers have leveraged their experience of having worked in tech companies and developed a platform for investors. They've managed to accumulate an AUM of 150 crores. They have over 25,000 clients, and these clients are from across the globe. And what's going to be more interesting is that they do not pay any money to Google AdWords either for visibility or to acquire clients. So, what's been their success mantra? To get Virendra to spill the beans, we have with us Mr. K.S. Rao, Senior Vice President and Head of Investor Education and Distributor Development for Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund. Mr. Rao has been instrumental in ABSL MF bagging several awards internationally and in India in the space of investor education and distributor development. So, over to you, Mr. Rao.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you so much. Thanks, Virendra, for being here. It's an honor to be part of this session today. And good evening to all. A very wonderful Diwali and Happy New Year. It's glad to have you all here soon after Diwali. It's also a new perspective to start in the new year to begin with. We can't get a better person than Virendra for us to have a conversation, to give a new insights in the new year, and also more so coming from city of Udaipur, which is city of palaces, but it is not now the city of the palaces for us. Today is acquiring clients from the city from various places. It's the geography is no more barrier, and of course, COVID has helped all of us to get fully digitalized, and now we all look forward to get our clients across. And here is a role model much before the COVID digitization. I think he has established this platform of MySIP Online, and it's I'm very glad, Viren, to have this conversation with you. And it's you are always energizing and empowering. Virendra joined by today. His brother is not here, but Lokendra. Both of them together have developed not only MySIP Online, lot of stuff on the digital space. And incidentally, he comes from your Tata Jamshedpur earlier. And today I am having a conversation with him from Birla. That's a good coincidence. Viren, welcome and good afternoon. And great to have you here. And I know there is a little, like MySIP Online is a very minuscule of your businesses others, but for us it's a much bigger one. And today it's a 25,000 clients and roaring to grow and roaring to go. And before I start a conversation, over to you, kindly let us know your journey till date and what made you to start MySIP Online. And because it's very interesting one, and this has come to you way back in 2015, which is now like it's and it's not the kind of AUM, but I was also going through your website over last week, and it was a wonderful feedback from the audience across. And today we talk about some of those e-commerce platforms which are onto the mutual fund distribution, but which you started much before. And I personally felt there is a huge scope to grow. But this gives a light for our MFD friends. Today, some of them in the post regulations, I think psychologically some of them are down whether to be part of the business. What else I can do? You are truly a role model, and you are much more businesses. The diversified businesses shows the way path. Let us have next 1 hour conversations, understanding, decoding your success, It's a truly Virendra and Lokendra, and one need to have a Virendra, that courage, a king of courage, and which will become a Lokendra, king of the world. That's where I want all MFDs to become that Virendra and Lokendras. It's over to you, Viren.
First of all, thank you so much, Anita and Rao sir, to have me here. It's a really pleasure talking to you guys. And happy Diwali to all the viewers who are watching. And I believe, sir, you have already said lot many good things for us, but it's not like that. We are still growing. We are still learning. And as far as my journey is concerned, we started. Yes, you said very rightly that I was working with Tata in Jamshedpur. I was doing a job. Then I thought that I can really do something good. We can start something in IT, and being from an non-IT background, still we thought that if IT will be in our hand, tomorrow we can build something good, because the coming future will be IT and coming future will be digital. So that time we started building small websites, and that's how the business grew. Lokendra was in London for some time, and from there we got some clients, and we started Cognos Technology as a tech firm. And over the period of time, we were able to acquire lot many clients who were ready to give us business. So we started developing ERPs, we started developing big platforms. uh, E-commerce being, at that time e-commerce was booming in India, and we were having expertise in developing e-commerce and then promoting those e-commerce platforms on digital platforms like Facebook and lot many other channels. So we thought to develop our own platform, and that's how and we were doing really good. The team size grew to almost approximately 200 people, and we took an office very much in Banking Street. So in fact, in our building there was a bank. So slowly, and the entire money which came into the account was always put into the current account. One day, a gentleman came to me, and he told me about a concept called liquid funds. That was the first day I got introduced to mutual funds, and I was basically inclined to mutual fund. That day, I put in some money. I got the returns in way back 2012 or 13. The returns in mutual fund and debt schemes was around 9%, 8.5%. That was literally lucrative, and I was surprised that why, sitting in Banking Street, why nobody told me this since long. The simple answer I could gather was, the people were not aware. There was lack of awareness about these schemes and these funds, and mutual fund industry was also growing that moment. So we formulated this entire business model. Being in technical, we were having some technical knowledge and know-hows. We started, our mind was very clear that we are not going to, build an offline model any which ways for a longer run. But that time, not much technical platforms was there, and not much technical know-hows were there in the market. So it took me long to build this platform. Almost for 1 year, we were struggling to, build this kind of a platform. And being from a city like Udaipur, where technology has not evolved and technical guys has not have different kind of exposure, it was really challenging. But yes, people like you from the industry really guided us well. People from the industry, the mutual fund industry, really helped us, in developing these platforms. Lot many AMCs were really, were very helpful. So we could build this platform, and slowly being having the digital capabilities, we started growing this platform. And this there were not much of the platforms available in the market at that moment. So we really got an edge, and then we that's how we got started. So lot many things I have seen while developing this platform. But I would like to assure all our MFD guys, all the distributors, that nowadays it's not that difficult technology. There are platforms available where there are aggregators available, from whom you can take this technology, build this platform. But going forward, technical things will be the key to success. And that's how this platform is being successful as of now. Apart from it, I'll just share one experience with our Wooden Street firm as well, that is into furnitures. We are India's third largest platform as of now, and that platform is also growing. So overall team size has been 800 plus as of now. And Udaipur, yes, as Rao Sahab has said, is a beautiful place. Whenever any of our MFD guys or any of the viewers get a chance to come to Udaipur, you must come.
That's fabulous, Viren, and that's I know it is a city of lakes, city of palaces, and maybe the climate and everything made very pleasant, made you to think businesses which are very diversified. One side you have a wooden street, and other side you are making a SIP. I think making the people one side to invest, other side to enjoy what they invest. And I could also see on two websites the kind of feedbacks which I get from the customers is fabulous. But can you take us little? I mean, while developing this my SIP online today, it all is good. If I look at it, but this somebody has to have a guts to start this way back 5-6 years back, and and its technology is not evolved. And as you rightly said, what are the insights which has gone? And now I know it's very seamless website, and it is so good. But if somebody has to follow you, because most of the MFDs now they are looking at to relook at their business models, what is that guidance you can give? I know it is much more easier now than it was 5 years before, but what is your guidance for them?
So, sir, I'll come from where I started building this platform. So, at that moment, it was really difficult because the development team, if you understand that, coders do not understand the financial language, and the financial guys do not understand the coding language. So it was very difficult for me to make my team understand that how switch works, how the redemption works, what is SIP, and how this aggregations has to be done. So we from day one, we were very clear that we need to have one guy who can really develop our product, who should have that kind of a knowledge. So and luckily we got someone like that. So there was always day in and day out, we were thinking how to build a platform where user have a seamless experience, and simultaneously developer understands the financial language. So day in, day out, we put in our all efforts to make that platform. Nowadays, I think, already the technology has evolved, the people and the technology has traveled a way where, you need not to build the entire platform by yourself. You have a website, you have, some of the platforms which can support you, which can, give you the entire build in itself. Then for payment aggregators, you can go to a few of the payment aggregators there, which are already there in the market, like BSC, NSC, and Tech Process, BillDesk. So you can go to them. They will they make the transaction journey easy for the clients. So building, I think, in-house team is a huge effort, because as in our industry, regulations changes very frequently. So when the Aadhaar based eKYC came, we were really happy that it will be reducing our pain. But then soon it was stopped, and it was said that who has done Aadhaar eKYC has might have to again get an offline KYC, and then video KYC came into that, also got stopped. A lot of vendors, a lot of technical teams were also into evaluation phase. So yes, there were a lot of challenges, still there are, and it will always be. But I think it's now more easy to get digital platforms, and rather than developing a team inside, if there is a small team, or if you are individually selling mutual funds, it's more important to focus on your core areas like mutual funds and selling mutual funds, rather than building an tech platform. So if you are not having a tech background, or do not have that kind of a technical support, I would suggest to go with some of aggregators who can really provide you the platforms.
Yeah, that's nice, Viren. And I'll take a little distraction into the other side. The kind of AUM you have grown, and the number of clients you have today. I personally believe because a lot of conversations with you, I can understand the potential you have and the business opportunity you have is much, much, much bigger. What are your ideas to grow your business as we go forward? And from here to next 5 years, where you are looking at your business, and you need not share your trade secrets how you intend to do, but what is your vision for the next 5 years for your business?
No, sir, trust me, I'm willing to share my trade secrets even because, more and more people and more entrepreneurs come and get successful. I think that helps market to develop in itself. I believe, people, that's how people gain the trust that lot many people are there and they always get in better option. So that's also, push us to provide better services, in fact.
नहीं शायद ये बता दीजिए आप आने वाले 5 साल में आपके क्लाइंट्स अभी 25,000 है, कहाँ ले जाने वाले हो एंड क्या ऑप्शंस, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स? साथ साथ मैं ये देखा था आप बिल्कुल ओनली म्यूचुअल फंड्स के ऊपर फोकस करते हो, बाकी देयर इज नो अदर फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज एडेड टू योर बिजनेस. आपकी आने वाले मंजिल और क्या करने वाले हो?
Yeah, so next 5 years, we have taken a target at least to have 1 lakh satisfied clients. Uh, and we are, I think that target we have very consciously decided and I think we'll be achieving that target. Yes, being, again, a lot of changes comes. The latest changes are that you cannot, advise your clients. There is a segregation between advisors and, distributors. So earlier we used to have an entire team and call center where we used to advise and guide client. But now that team is merged into other teams where we are just suggesting clients as of how to build the platform and how to use the platform, and bit guide them with some of the ideas that we have. So in 5 years, yes, we see ourselves as a very aggressively growing distribution platform. On digital side, we have already started, how to educate a client. That is really important because, on a platform, you can always you can provide a transactional platform, but then how you make a client understand that what is good for him and what is not. So we have started a talk show with the name of the Mutual Fund Talk. And we have, as of now, it's just we started a year back, and we have 30,000 genuine subscribers to that talk show. And there we do not promote any scheme. We just say that what is scheme all about, what are the objectives, how you should read a scheme, individual funds we have described, we have given updates on market, how the mutual fund is and how it's going to be, how the market looks like. Very generic views, not forcing client to buy any of the schemes. Neither we are forcing our platform there. It's just at the end that is presented by my SIP online. So there we are trying to educate the client, irrespective of which of the platform the client uses for transaction. So I think that has really helped us. The entire team, what we have been successful in building, the entire team's vision is very clear that let's educate our clients, let's try and retain every of the single individual clients rather than expanding very aggressively, because we want to build a niche for ourselves. Not like going into a huge chunk of spending money and getting lot and lot of clients. Rather than whosoever it is with your platform, you should be satisfied and you know satisfied with the services ultimately.
Yeah, I think the next question comes here is while getting the business, a few things you can share with MFD friends. One is on lead generation, and second, your onboarding. I loved the way you started and which is given an insight. जैसे liquid fund से शुरुआत किया, liquid fund is a thought process. I think that's a great way to start. How you start, how you can have a broad lead generation, and how this onboarding process happens, and when these KYC changes have happened, how you have incorporated those things to make it seamless. If you can run through that.
Yes, sir. So how the onboarding process, how we bring in the client. I'll start how we bring in a new client. So there is an entire process where you generate an organic traffic on your website, which is called the digital marketing the broad term is digital marketing. So you do Facebook advertisements, you do a lot of stuff on YouTube, you publish your content, and that's how we generate the leads, where people see our website. Our website is visible on different platforms. Yes, we, because being into digital marketing since long, we understand this world called SEO, search engine optimization, and then SMM, social media marketing. So these are the two terms where you really should focus if you are in digital platform, and if you are trying to get new clients to you. So you need to create your visibility through your content, through your social media, other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So their client will come, if they are happy with your platform, they'll come onto your platform. So our platform is very seamless. You, without onboarding the platform, you can compare funds, you can have a look at different recommendations, different kind of funds, and compare different schemes. So that's how we bring in clients. We give him a platform to play around. Then, if you want to onboard yourself, there is a facility called video KYC. So you just come either through app or either on the desktop. You just give your PAN number and record a video, and fill in your basic details, and then your KYC goes under process. So once your KYC is done, the platform is yours. Then you can choose whatever you want and invest, just like you purchase it from Flipkart or Amazon.
Yeah, but one challenge I have seen, Virendra, when I interact with many people, even I myself look at, I mean, you said mutual fund talk show, there could be a huge number of people who are coming in. The conversion rate is very less. How you are ensuring that conversion rate comes well? And when it's some of the our MFD friends want to start their own website and do it, and now the challenge is it's not an advisory, and you can't advise. And I have seen few good calculators on your website, which is very interesting. And those 3-4 calculators are more than sufficient for somebody to plan. What is your advice around that?
So, I'm sorry, I'll repeat your question again. That
conversion rate is very low, and however you see your search engine optimization or social media marketing, you can use anything, but the conversion rate is very low until and unless it is a referral. But I have seen some feedbacks which are coming from your customers. That could be posing as a very comfortable thing for you, because they're across the geographies. I have seen people from down south to across even the globe, some of the countries. That's the way. But what is that you are doing differently to make that conversion rate right? And second, when you face some challenges, the biggest problem I have seen online, one is like if I go to some website and if I come to my SIP online and I start doing my transaction, if I face some problem, if somebody is not addressing, I will never come to your website once again. I mean, what are the things you are?
So when it comes to, I'll take the first part is conversion ratio, I would say. So in the industry where the conversion ratio is around 15%, to one of the best conversion ratios that I've heard is 26%. So our conversion ratio lies around 22%, which I believe is very good, because whosoever comes on the website is majorly through some kind of a content on some kind of a page where already mutual fund knowledge was being given, whether it be mutual fund talk, whether we publish any paper on mutual funds. So already client is sure that they really know what is mutual fund, and they can be my good advisor. So that's how we could gather some of the trust before bringing a client on the platform. So once the client comes, so I think that raises our conversion ratio to 22%, that we get to convert the client. Now the second part is, if somebody is there to support, yes, it makes a lot of difference. We have an entire call center established who supports a client who during the process, if he faces any difficulty in onboarding itself. So you can chat there, you can raise a query, you can raise a ticket, you have a number, you can call and take a support. So that's how, and on chat our team is always there. If you are on the KYC page and in 5 to 7 seconds you do not respond, immediately you will get a chat pop-up that you can do, if you are facing any problem, do let us know. So that's how I think we try and connect with our clients.
That's really fabulous. And with this, I would like to say you need to revise your 2025 of 100 lakh customers. Probably you need to look at maybe a 1 crore customers. That's an opportunity for you. I'm sure your wooden street is bigger one, but investor street can be much bigger. And here I would like to ask a question to you is like, since it's focused on our MFD friends, there are like, since you are established firm and you have, you both were very established and you have a big team. But most of the MFDs, they are like, isolated, they are single, but there are many free online marketing tools available to them. Would you like to guide or share something with them?
Yeah, so what I believe is that, our already mutual fund friends who has already started distribution, so you have already taken first step. So you need not to be afraid that what is going to happen, because in 2012 I was, I left my job, and I came to the city of this lakes with only 30,000 rupees in my pocket. And trust me, sir, we haven't taken even single rupee loan till date. This 800 people team and the entire ventures are debt free. So if we can do, people have in history also, we are a very small firm, I would say. There are a hell lot of examples where people has proven their potential. So the first thing to all my friends, MFD friends, is that you have already taken first step. So do not look back. There is opportunity whatsoever comes, whether direct is a challenge, whether there are a lot of questions which comes to our mind, that whether the biggies coming into the business, whether that would be a threat. But you always can create your own niche. Uh, Today the advantage is technological know-how is there in the market. You just need to search it out. There are platforms who are ready to give you a ready-made website, recommendations, the complete package with your integrations of payment gateways, and they can support you in building your own technology. So you need to bit search some of the platforms, and I think digital will be the future. So start looking into it. Have some capacity to spend and invest into your business. First thing, I think the people who have already started business with MFD, the first investment you should do is into your own business, rather than any of the schemes or stocks. The first investment should be in the business, and once your business is stable, you should look for other investment opportunities then.
That's well said. Put into money into your own business. That's a fabulous way to look at. And I'm really like the way when you're truly not MySip online, it is a source of inspiration for many of us now. When you said I started with 30,000 and that's a fabulous one. Now coming, there are a lot of questions which are coming. I'll take from the audience little later. I request all our friends, please put your questions either in the chat box or on Q&A. We will ensure Viren will answer. I know some of the very interesting questions are coming on the chat box, but I'll take you to the next level on asking you, like if our MFDs are considering opening their own website, and if they want, like today it's becoming some of the biggies are there. I mean, it could be a phone pay, it could be a it's a many of them. It's a Grow, or it could be a Paytm. But how an MFD can enhance his traffic, get his online traffic more. It's what is that he needs to do.
Right. So, sir, you very correctly said that there is always a question, all biggies coming into, whether it be Paytm or whether it be someone. But as I said, you always have a scope to create your own niche. I would not name the platforms, but lot many direct platforms, customer comes to us and says that, we are not getting that kind of a support from those platforms. So we want to invest with you. We have seen your channel. We think that you are right people who can guide us with our investments. So yes, in fact, I would say after all biggies has come into I haven't seen a huge decline in our customer base. In fact, we have grown. In fact, we have been more mature. So the friends who really want to build their own platform, I would again suggest, if you are not from the tech background and if you think that that technical know-how is not with you, I would really suggest you to reconsider your thought of building your own platform again, rather than choose an option where already tech platforms are available and you can join them, either on a subscription basis, either on one-time cost basis. You should go with the platforms, because otherwise you will be, if there is not a big team, you will be indulging most of your time into developing the platform rather than focusing on your core areas of selling mutual fund. So that's a suggestion that I think if you do not have a big team, don't get into development of anything. So my funda has been always be very clear, sir, that jo bechna nahi wo banana nahi. So that was my mantra, that don't get into building something which you don't have to sell.
Fabulous. I mean, it's a fabulous, जो बेचना नहीं वो बनाना नहीं. That's a good. But here we are in the business of ये high touch, high. You have a high tech business, but it's also a high touch business, because until and unless I build a trust with my clients, I mean, when you have your call centers, how you are establishing a trust factor there. What are the challenges you face, or what are the advice you would like to give?
So touch factor, yes, you very rightly said, whether it be a 500 rupees of SIP, whether it be a 1,000 rupees of SIP, or whether it be a crore rupees of investment, you have to be in close touch with your client. In fact, I would say smaller is the amount, more cautious is the client while investing. So yes, you always need to have touch base. So what we have done with our system is we have an entire call center support, who gives in support to the client in whether he's panicking or whether any of the updates he wants to take in the market. Apart from it, yes, mutual fund talk show has really helped us in gaining that trust. That the speaker on the platform, always we got a call from YouTube channel sometimes that whosoever is speaking on your platform, I want to speak to him. But there is an entire team who makes the recommendations, then script, and then that's how we present on the platform. But yes, there is a connectivity which we establish through that channel and through that our call center, where client is first time we make the client very comfortable before onboarding. Once he is onboarded, yes, there is a team after sales who is always there to guide the client with his investments.
Here question comes is, do you train your team? Is this a prescriptive script you follow, or they are well trained that they can do on their own?
So now it's been 3-4 years. We have few of the team members who are working with us since initial level. So yes, team is being trained. Whosoever a new member we take in our team, there is a rigorous process of training for 1 month, where we teach them what exactly the mutual fund is. And you must not advise the client, because that is a guideline. You must not advise the client. Every call is being recorded. Somebody can say that he's advising. So you need to be very much following the guidelines. You cannot just push in. You don't have to sell. You just have to make client understand that what is his objective. Try and understand what he's trying to do, and do not be very aggressive while making the selections.
Yeah, now the challenge comes here, since this advice part which is coming in, and also we need to advise at certain areas. For example, if your client would have called in April, you have to ask the client to stay back, because it's the behavioral aspect of the client plays a bigger role than the fund management or a marketing angle. It's how you train your clients, your call center team or your team on the behavioral aspect of the clients. And how you've gone through this pandemic period in the beginning, and I have seen not many redemptions. People have not come. I think there was a consistency even April, May, and after that, of course, things have shaken. But I have not seen much of SIP stoppage during that time.
Yeah, so advantage with online platforms is that whenever a client is coming, he is with a mindset, and most of the people are from salaried class. Most of the people who has regular source of income, and these clients understand that when market falls, there is an opportunity. So these are bit educated clients. Some are coming from other platforms to us. Some are coming from offline clients to an online platform. So there is a percentage of mass who is already aware about mutual funds. So they are well mature that if the market is falling, this is a time where we should keep patience. In fact, this is a time to add on the amount. So yes, this is an advantage. There are few of the clients who obviously would get panic and starts redemption. So whenever redemption comes to us, there is a pop-up we have generated that this is a time to invest. Market abhi sasta hai aisa karke, and we put an ad when the uh, during this April period where the button is there for redemption. So we just put in pop-up that market abhi sasta hai, this is time to invest. So we created a good meme and then how we presented it. So I'm sure that has helped clients to understand. Then they used to call in the call center and ask here why I should not stop, because my funds are negative, my 2 years SIP is giving negative returns, you have said this and that. And but then there is always a scope to make client understand. Now I think everybody understands how this graph goes ups and downs. We have seen a lot of ups, a lot of downs. So I think it's easy for us to speak to client. And for and any which ways, when it comes to money, if you have 25,000 apps downloaded, so everybody is going to daily check on your investments. So there you just need to give an pop up that it's an time where you should not stop your investments. In fact, it's a time where you should uh, you know look into for more investments or add on to the more investments, and don't get panic. So digitally we have conveyed it to our clients.
That's great. Can you take us a little bit on the demographics of your clients? It's what kind of age group and what kind of location people are coming. Have you seen? I mean, like the way we look at search engine optimization. How I can look at my customer profile optimization, who are coming to my website, and what are their investing patterns, and how I can get their next business. Can I look at a step up SIP, or can I do cross sell, or can I do upsell to the client? What kind of demographics you are looking at?
So demographics, as far as demographics is concerned, for I would say any of the e-commerce kind of a platform or any of the online platforms, majority of the client comes from the place from where you are. So Bangalore, the south. I would say 40% of our clients as of now on the My SIP is from that region only. Uh, I think being a lot of opportunities are there. A lot of tech companies are there. Bangalore is being a tech hub. So yes, money is there in the city, and that's how people think of investing and all. So as far as the locations are concerned, our majority of our chunk is from metros like Bangalore, from Mumbai, from Delhi. So, and we do have clients from abroad. Uh,
Okay.
we do have international clients. So, digital marketing has taken us cross boundaries.
That's fabulous. But some of them, majority of them could be also millennials, because when I was going through some of those feedbacks, I could read they were the millennials. I mean, when you are dealing with them, did you see any difference from the millennials from others? Or is an advice even for me to take some advice how I can educate millennials, right? And it can help most of our MFDs, because the next generation business is the most important for us to take it to grow.
Yeah. So advantage with millennials is, they are still in the age group where the investment cycle can be longer. So yes, there are, and they are not too much worried about that what is going to happen, because it's the right time to invest always for youngsters, and they can take more risk. So we always, yes, asset allocation is one thing that we always, communicate through website, through videos, through emailers and everything, that yes, you should do asset allocations. Don't be very aggressive just because your age is less. There's always a contingency fund. There is always a fund where you should make wealth. So yes, that's how we divide our clients. But with millennials specifically, it's more easy to convince them for a longer term investments. And yes, they are very curious about knowing that how it grows in the calculator. If I put 2000 rupees SIP and can my fund grow by 20%, it shows 1.3 crores. So can I be a crorepati in 20 years? So yes, there are a lot of questions which they ask, and it's very interesting to answer their questions. But I think whereas demographics you have asked, the age group, we have most of the client from 28 to 36. This is the demographic of most of the clients. So most of the clients are young, and I think that's the reason, why the market is fall. They haven't got much panicked.
That's nice. It's very true. And if they stay back, and that's going to be a very longer and handling them. And I have also seen a website like Cube on online platforms, you have an artificial intelligence. And I also believe if MFD develops right thing, you use, I keep telling to the advisors, you have an artificial intelligence to get them right and advise them right, but you have an advisor intelligence to handhold them right. Do you
Yes.
feel for MFDs, what is an extra advantage? For example, as an MFD, I need to outweigh somebody who has got their website. It could be a direct platform, but he is not connecting. He got thousands of clients, but I have hundreds of clients where I can serve better. What is your advice for MFDs for that?
Yeah, so MFDs, as I said, that there's always a scope to develop niche. Don't look at what others are doing. Look at your capabilities, as that what is your capability and what kind of a clientele base you can develop. I have seen lot many of MFDs in the market who looks for a client. Don't look for a client. Look for a longer term client where you can be in touch with the client for at every moment. So just for the sake of getting investments, don't serve client. I think there's the connectivity you should build with the client, where client is very much comfortable speaking to you, his problems even. And that's how you should ask for the investments from the client. Don't get too much aggressive for a client who that he can get requirement for money at any moment. So don't look at the other platforms, what other platforms are doing. Look at your capabilities and what niche segment you should build, and be more focused. I think a focused approach can really make a difference. Um, I have seen lot many of MFDs as just focusing on army area, and they are building huge AUMs. Just focusing on BSF and building huge AUMs. Just focusing on some corporates and building huge AUMs. So just create your niche. Money is everywhere. I think money is in the air. That is very correctly said. And I think if you get more focused, if you build a more focused strategy for yourself, that is going to result. Because your client, nobody can take your client. I truly believe that nobody can take your client. Yeah, certain percentage is always there, which we say that consumer can go where he will find a ease of investment. But if you are truly connected to your client, nobody can take your client.
Yeah, I mean, wherein, one more area, when I was going through your entire profile and I was looking at whole history, I really appreciate the way you looked at SIP as the emphasis. It's a, I remember mutual at Amphi mutual fund SIA campaign, we came in 2016. You are little before us on SIP SIA campaign kind of it. And at Aditya Birla, we launched at that time on SIP. There is this SIP is called Sabse Important Plan. And no, what is that made you to think at that point of time? First part. Second, if I am a lump sum guy coming to you, what is the advice you give it to that kind of clients?
Okay. So on SIP, from the day one we formulated this business, we were very clear that we need to build on retail clients. And retail clients, for a retail client, SIP is the best way to get introduced to mutual funds, because you're getting connected to a retail client who is salaried class or maybe business class. You get an rupee cost advantage, and SIP is one thing where the lifetime value of a client increases for you. So yes, we were very clear that we need to build on SIP book. We need to get more and more clients through our SIP platform only. For the clients coming from for lump sum, yes, there is a facility. You can just choose SIP or lump sum. You can put into lump sum. But my advice to those clients also, there must be an SIP which you should do. So it will always create a wealth for you in a longer term, and it will it will protect you from all the kinds of ups and downs.
Fabulous. I think, SIP is the funda to go on. And there is very interesting factor I have seen throughout your business model is you have chosen only mutual funds to distribute, nothing else. And is there is the intention behind, or would you like to change this and grow into other businesses? And for MFDs now today, if they want to expand their revenue, they may be looking at multiple businesses. And since you have the other supplementary businesses, then this may not be a very big one. You can just tell about yourself and what is your thoughts around and what the guidance you would like to give around.
Yeah, so already being 25,000 clients with investing with us, we always keeps on discussing that our client should be facilitated with more avenues, and we are already in talking terms with some of the aggregators where we can enter into stocks, enter into ETFs and all. We are in talking terms. We will definitely bring in other avenues for investments for our clients. I think within next 3 to 4 months, we'll start seeing the changes on our website as well. As far as having multiple businesses, there are two thoughts which I truly believe that yes, you must have a plan where you should be very much focused, where you should put in your heart and soul into and grow it, and and growth must be always in a tree shape where you build on something and then you start looking at other avenues. You don't try and widen your scope of building at a very initial stage, because where there is all because this is a true saying that where is a plan B, the chances of failure for plan A is always there. So first build your plan A in a very robust manner, then look for plan B. So yes, building on some other businesses and revenue sources is always good, because that will preserve you from getting panic and getting out of the business. So an MFD, guys, trust me, this is a great business to do whatever platforms comes into, because still we always say that 2% and 3% of the population is investing with us. There is a huge scope. So just looking at the numbers, I think even the 10% starts investing, everybody will be happy and getting their chance.
Yeah, that's nice, Viren. Viren, one question I would like to ask. I think before I take the questions from the audience, I request audience to put your questions on the Q&A and chat box. Then I'll come to you. This could be a last question to you from my side. There are two kinds of MFDs today. Some of them, they developed their websites, or some of them even they have gone through their apps. And what is an advice for them to take the business to the next level? And some of them, they have not developed the website and apps, but they would like to not looking at MFD business, but they would like to go with other platforms which are available they can work on. That's what is an advice to them. And I had a privilege to have a conversation with Nandan Nilkaniji, and Nandan was telling other day, he says, this is the time we need to go to develop apps in vernacular, because India lives in the villages, right? It's probably first is the Hindi, then I can go for multi-languages apps. What is an advice you would like? What is your perspective on that?
Yeah, so the advice comes from the person who has already seen the entire scenario. As you said, Nandan Saab is a legendary person, and I think very correctly, and he has quoted that India lives in villages. I believe developing mutual fund in multiple languages is, yes, obviously is a very good idea, but then somebody should be there, whether it be through investor education program in very simple language. We should make our the rural mass, getting them educated about investing and how you should invest. So yes, we should start building apps and everything. But MFD here plays a very important role, I believe, because you are connected to rural areas. You are connected to the clients who are not, very much familiar to online platforms. So here we have really important role to play. Yes, you can develop an app, because everybody carries a smartphone nowadays. At least your clientele is definitely carrying a smartphone. So please get on app building. If not app building, then you already have some of the platforms who is giving you ready-made apps. Please go digital without wasting your time. If you are into this business, please do not think of what they are charging. Negotiate with them as hard as possible. but please get on the app. And because through app you are in the mobile of your client, and once you are in the mobile of your client, you'll be always be connected with them. So yes, who are trying to build their own platforms, my advice is please look at the digital marketing aspect very well, because it's a you really need to have deep pockets while going for digital marketing, because advertisements, SEO, and bringing traffic on the websites is easy to speak about, but when it comes to execution, it really needs a lot of money. So and the kind of brokerages going down day by day, there's always been a challenge in doing this. So I would say that first start building onto your natural circle, your clientele base. Then once you are good with it, once you are generating alpha, then start looking for digital marketing avenues.
That's fabulous. I think it was a wonderful conversation with you. I remember, when I'm talking to you, you had first website you developed is for a bakery. And now bakery business to the breaking the business barriers, reaching across the globes. It's a great journey, great learnings, and you are true inspirations. Now I take a few questions, but thank you so much for sharing your insights, your perspectives, and your future plans. And I love the way you developed multiple businesses now, and truly our prime minister says Atmanirbhar Bharat, and you make in India, made for India. I think you are truly believed and proved on that. I'm glad, Viren. Great meeting you, great connecting to you, and my congratulations to you and Lokendra for that vision. Now I'll start. There are a lot of interesting questions which have come in, which I'll take you. Probably some of them you feel like not answering, it's fine, but I will try to get those questions to you. Yes. Yeah, it's this is the first question that comes from Celso Fernandez, and his question is just a doubt: do SIPs registered online remain more than 36 months, and what is the retention percentage?
So the average percentage that industry gives is maximum of SIPs stops before 2 years, and but I believe uh, on our platform, 56% of the SIPs are being registered with us since 3 years, and a lot of SIPs has stopped just because the current scenario where the client has seen 2 year and 3 year returns going negative. So just they want to reallocate to some other funds. So I think yes, for online platforms where you do not have just just like a direct platform where client can anytime come and anytime go, where you have an advisory kind of a call center that we do, the kind of setup we have. So we are closely connected to our at least investors, and some of the clients who is in need of money, they will take out the SIPs. But I think more than 36 months, there's a percentage of 56% who are with us. So I think it's a good percentage.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Here is a question coming. I think you shared a little bit on this. How to generate leads? Can you explain? This is coming from AD. He has not mentioned full name.
Okay, so AD, on generation leads, I think you should explore digital marketing mediums, whereas I clearly said that SEO, search engine optimization, is a way where you can attract organic traffic onto your website, but that will need a team of content writers there, that will need a team of SEO experts and SMM experts. So if you are in capability of developing that team, you must go for it. That is a bit cheap medium than your generating through leads through ad. So that I believe organic growth can save your cost, but you should have technical know-hows of how to build that kind of a team.
That's fabulous. Here are two questions coming from Soumya Sarkar. One she is asking is, what is your SIP book? You can keep the cat out. And second is how to acquire new clients.
So SIP book, as you can see, the platform's name is My SIP Online, and I think what we have been very successfully is doing is only SIPs in building SIP book. So yes, I might not disclose the numbers that what SIP book value we have, but we really have a good SIP book value, which can sustain this business for very long. So, and we are daily getting new clients for SIP. And what was the second part, Soumya?
Second, how you get your new clients?
How you get your new clients is again the same digital medium. We are purely an online company. We do not have any outbound call center kind of a thing. We generate leads only through digital marketing.
That's great. I think there are a lot of great feedback for you for your inspiration. I think here is a Bhakti Kulkarni says it's a super and very motivational. Celso Fernandez says it's very motivational. And here Pankaj Kapadia is asking, do you have anything for senior citizens or do you have any different approach for them?
For senior citizens, being an online platform, we cannot segregate a client coming onto the platform. But yes, if any senior citizen is coming onto the platform and ask for any kind of a guidance or support, we are there to help them. But as such, as we've been very clearly said by SEBI that you cannot advise a client. So, but we always guide them with to be very conservative with their approach of investing.
Okay, that's great. I think then Saurabh says superb session. Thanks, Mr. Saurabh. And here are some questions coming in. Some we can jointly answer. Here is a question from Jyoti Patnaik. Can a MFD conduct a financial literacy program sharing mutual fund scheme features? Okay for MFD after a new regulations. I personally feel MFD can organize financial literacy program. As long as you are not advising an individual client, you come here and you are explaining the features, you are telling the benefits, it's the people to choose. I personally feel regulations may not be boundary. Any idea you want to throw on that, Viren?
Yes, same here, same here. You can, as far as education is concerned, you are free to give and educate your clients. You are free to, give guidance to your clients, but, you must not be very pushy on any of the schemes and don't try to sell. That's actually the funda of this mutual fund success you must not be very pushy to the client.
Absolutely, telling without selling, then selling will happen. That's the best way to look at. And here is a question coming from Vijay Kapta. How did you get your first client? And he is specifically asking in Bangalore. And but you can narrate not in a Bangalore, but how you got your first clients. When you started. Most of the authors, they keep saying, I sold all my first books to my relatives, right? It is.
No. But yes, no one from my natural circle was there as a first client. We built a platform. In fact, we wanted to have a very genuine feedback of our platform from very new clients, because new clients will always give you a right feedback. So being into digital marketing from the very beginning, bringing on organic traffic was very easy for us. We had that know-how. And once the platform was launched, we were very much ready for the platform. We started doing, all kind of content building, all kind of videos building, all kind of, knowledgeable content that can bring into the clients. So we have already started doing search engine optimization, SMM, social media marketing for our platform. And that's how we got a very random clients from, across the states.
Fantastic. Here's a question coming from Dilip M. is asking is, any agency can help us for the digital and budget? I think there are many agencies. I'm not very sure who are there. You would like to share anything?
Agencies like for digital marketing?
Yeah. They can come to Cognos itself?
Yeah. Yes, we can serve you, but yes, there has always been question on confidentiality. Yes, we have a very strong team of digital marketing. We have very experts of 100 and almost 80 team people are there who are into digital marketing. We take majorly projects from Australia and UK and some of the USA clients. But yes, there are many digital marketing companies present. I would say choose a vendor wisely before look for their projects, what kind of projects they have done. And this is very simple way, whatever portfolio you are looking for, whatever kind of vendor you are choosing for your digital marketing, ask them their ventures and on what keywords they have brought the company's website in top 5. Search yourself, check the results, and then go with that company.
Fabulous. Here is one question coming from Jyoti Mehta. Can you please name few aggregators whose services we can avail to make our app? Is there is anyone you have in the mind to recall?
Uh,
Or else I'll request Prem to make us help all the MFDs, put in a place. Then they can go there little later
uh,
on the Cafe Mutual.
I haven't used, because we have our own platform. I haven't experienced any others platform, but yes, there are few of the apps available in the market. One I know from Mr. Sunil, that is Invest Well, and there are few more apps. I think I haven't personally used those apps, so I cannot comment on how the user friendliness and everything is there in the app. But yes, when the payment aggregators come, so there is BSC is there. You will easily get the app connected through BSC, and the transactions will be very smooth.
Yeah, there is a relevant question to that BSC. It's a question coming from AD. Can we get clients through BSC MF? What is the process? You can't get the clients to BSC MF. It is only a transaction platform process where you can use. Clients belongs to you. That's the platform which will enable you to get the transaction seamless and make it happen. I think, am I right?
Yeah, you are very right, sir. BSC cannot give you a client. BSC can make a transaction for you.
Here is a Hemant Pawar question is regulator asked to avoid consultant advisor, but it is a financial expert okay or MF expert. Both are not okay, Mr. Hemant. I think you can go to Amphi website. They have put various permissible combinations where it is available. I mean, last week we had a session, what name you can run and how you can do it. You can always look at, I mean, once you become an expert, I need not tell I'm an expert, right? When I go to Virendra's SI MySip online, that shows everything. I don't need to show, I need to write a second line, I'm an expert, because you yourself is an expert. That's the beauty with MFD is you yourself is a moving ambassador. There is nothing called you need a title for it. You yourself is a title. I remember we were hosting Pravas Bharti Divas, one convention sometime back. And at the end of the convention, we are presenting to some small mementos to the journalists who supported us. And next to me was one of the sweet shop owner. He's he's got a big sweet mart owner by name Mr. Pullareddy, who is known for the ghee sweets in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. And he was also a part of the host for that Pravasi Bharti Divas. And when he gave his sweet box to one of the journalists, जर्नलिस्ट ने बताया सर हम कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स किसी से नहीं ले सकते हैं, आई एम वेरी सॉरी, थैंक यू सो मच, ही सेड. देन Mr. Pullareddy gave back his sweets back to that journalist, said, बेटा ये compliments नहीं होता है, मेरा visiting card है, I am known by my sweets. Like that mutual fund distributor, you yourself is a mutual fund expert, you are that sweet box. I think that you can always present.
Very true, very true, sir. Very true.
And it's great talking. I think we have addressed all questions, and thank you so much, Virendra. We look forward to be in touch, and thanks for inspiring so many MFDs, and more so the soon after Diwali. And truly, it is from Udaipur, and you brought all that city of lakes and city of palaces to go to the people to look for lakhs of clients, not the lakes of clients. It's then they can get into the new businesses. There is a huge opportunity. Going digital is very right, and it's fantastic. I think thanks Jyoti Patnaik for all the compliments, and there are many compliments coming to you, Virendra, and my congratulations to you and Lokendra, and wishing MySip Online a wonderful time. And I look forward, there is a day where you have 100 crore clients, 1 crore clients and satisfied clients, not the 1 lakh. I wishing you all the good luck. Looking forward to it. And happy Diwali and prosperous New Year to you. Thanks to each one of you for joining us this evening. Thanks to Prem for making this lessons from the master. And today we got a young master like a Sachin Tendulkar. He has played all the innings very well throughout, and I really appreciate the young visionary Viren. Thanks, Anita, for hosting this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rao. Thank you, Virendra. We thoroughly enjoyed your conversation. Mr. Rao, you've always made this conversation so interesting by the little, the acronyms that you keep adding. Thoroughly enjoy them. Virendra, I love your philosophy when you say that you rather focus on the clients that you have, you would rather keep them happy, educate them well. And I think that's the reason why you have so many happy clients. I wish you and Lokendra all the very best. Thank you so much for all the actionables that you've given to our audiences today, and wish you all the very best. Thank you, audiences, for joining us today. I really hope that you have taken away a lot of actionable takeaways from this particular session. You can keep sending your queries. If you have any queries pertaining to what Virendra has just spoken, you can always write back to us and we'll try and get Virendra to answer them. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Anita.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.